Before we come to the introduction of the Best Practice Award, perhaps I should introduce myself. I've jumped into this conference out of the blue this morning. My name is Rolf Langhammer. I'm on the management of the Kiel Institute for World Economy. That would not qualify me to talk about the Best Practice Award. But I'm a development economist from the very beginning of my career, so for more than almost 40 years. I did research on development issues, heading the Development Economics Department at the Kiel Institute for more than a decade, doing field research in Africa in the early 70s, but as there are decreasing returns to scale in research and probably with an older age, increasing returns to scale to managing a bureaucracy, I've turned the position towards the bureaucracy, and I'm now doing that job for almost 15 years. Now coming to the Best Practice Award, if there were no Best Practice Award, why should we invent one? Why should we have it? The idea of awarding this prize was born out of the observation that the policy impact of research is often very weak. There's a lack of cooperation between researchers and practitioners in the formulation of the relevant research questions and the design of the research, including the data collection. And there's also lack, of course, of shared knowledge with respect to the methodology and the interpretation of empirical findings. Many feel that this has to change. There have, of course, been always exceptions. Number, for instance, of these exceptions may rise with a move towards randomized controlled trials, which usually require the cooperation between researchers and the users, and we thought it would be good to dedicate a special section of the PEGNet conference to the presentation of such exemplary cases. This may help us, researchers and practitioners alike, to get more out of the research and to implement better policies. Now, how does the Best Practice Award work? To find these good cases, we attach to the call for papers to the conference a further call with the following statement. An award will be granted to programs, projects, and initiatives that had achieved effective interaction between research and practice. All initiatives that have proved to put research into action and have thereby fostered cooperation between development research and practice are encouraged to apply. Such initiatives can be development projects or programs that have incorporated research tools into their design, or research projects which have been particularly successful in translating their findings into policy and practice. And furthermore, we stated that for the Best Practice Award, 3 projects will be pre-selected by a committee on the basis of a 3-page summary of the initiative's objectives, the type of interaction between research and practice, as well as its impact. And at the conference, each nominated initiative will be presented, and the winner of a prize of €3,000 will be selected by a committee composed of 4 persons representing the 2 main institutions behind the annual PEGNet conference, as well as this and next year's local host. And these persons are, first of all, Ronny Bechmann, PEGNet member and project leader, development economics at the GIZ. Next, Rainer Thiele, founding PEGNet member and head of the research area, Poverty Reduction, Equity and Development at the Kiel Institute for World Economy. Third, Jan Lai, founding PEGNet member, assistant professor at University of Göttingen and a research fellow here at GIGA in Hamburg. And finally, Bernard Descalivet, member of the Poverty and Economic Policy Network, PEP, and professor of economics, Université Laval, Quebec. Bernard is not present today here. We agreed on the 5 following selection criteria. First, the relevance of the research questions. Does research address the right questions in the policy project context? Second, the design of a link between research and practice or policy making. Do the processes ensure that research findings find their way into policies and projects? Third, the quality of research. Does the research use state-of-the-art scientific techniques? Fourth, the sustainability of partnership. Are the partnerships between researchers and practitioners, as well as those between North and South where applicable, designed to be sustainable? And finally, fifth, the originality of dissemination. Are there original efforts to disseminate research findings, A, to a specific user group, for instance within administrations, and or B, to a wider public or community? Based on these criteria, we pre-selected the following 3 projects and invited the corresponding authors to come to this conference and present their project. In alphabetical order, the presenters are Habib Benzian, Fit for School International in the UK, bringing public health to a public place, using innovation and research in the Philippine Fit for School program. Second, Madeleine Evans, London School of Economics, the role of investment contracting procedures in DFI investment performance. Now we have a problem. Ms. Evans has been trapped in an island at the English coast, couldn't come, no flights, no boat. But we have a substitute. Tobias Birkendorf from the DEG, he said he is an imperfect substitute, so don't grill him with too many questions. The usual disclaimer applies, but he will, of course, kindly jump in and give a short presentation of his project. So third is Ute Seela from Hivos, the Humanist Institute for Development Cooperation, the Netherlands. Is the Pluralism Knowledge Program in Indonesia 2008 and till 2013. So we have reserved a maximum of 15 minutes for the presentation of each project. Then the committee, and of course all of you, will have a chance for 10 minutes for questions. After that, we'll have a coffee break, and while the award committee will retreat to find its final decision, and after the coffee break, I have the pleasure to announce the winner.